Hi all, Ross here, Thomas Classic and Modern. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the delays yet again. We are extremely busy here, but also extremely conscious that we do want to carry on with this YouTube side of things. So very grateful for your patience in waiting for some videos to come out. I am still not 100% health-wise, unfortunately. I'm still battling on a little bit of a chest respiratory thing going on. So apologies if there's a bit of coughing and wheezing and this, that, and the other in the video, but we will get through it. So what have we got today? Today we have up on the stripping bench a John Cooper Works converted, S-Works converted MPI unit. This vehicle has come into us for a host of work, one of which is some poor running. It has some gearbox issues. There is some concerns that this may not be all that it seems in terms of a John Cooper Works conversion. However, the owner has kindly agreed, so thank you very much if you're watching, that we can film this as a strip down. It's going to be a good opportunity for us to show you how we go about stripping down an engine and assessing what it actually needs. Again, as always, I'm not saying that this is the only way to do this. This is just our way of doing it, how we like to document things, the things that we like to check as we're stripping engines for assessment, and so on and so forth, really. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. We'll probably break this down into a couple of videos because, again, this will probably turn into a bit of a lengthy one-watch video. So apologies if it doesn't flow quite correctly. It is difficult for us to do one long stint and then break it down into videos. As always, I can just post up the lengthy videos, but I'll try and document it, split it up slightly easier for you guys at home. And again, as always, if there's anything you would like to see in a future video, please drop us a comment, let us know, and we can go from there and hopefully get it done. So let's get into it and let's see what this MPI unit reveals, shall we? Apologies, one thing that cut out of that video that we did was removing the flywheel. So I've got another full engine here to strip. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to see if we could do you a short video on flywheel removal using this one as an example. So apologies, it's not the same engine as the long video that we've done on the strip, but I just thought I'd add this in because it is missing from that video. Okay, so first thing we need to do is remove this outer ring of bolts to get the WOC, clutch cover, flywheel cover, whatever you want to call it, off. So let's get that out of the way first of all. The usual two are missing, so obviously somebody's left them out. These two here, because they're the awkward ones to get at when it's in the car. Here we have standard fare, pre-verto, diaphragm clutch. First thing you need to do when you're in there is remove this thrust plate. You get that out of the way, which reveals the bolt and the lock tab. So we'll just knock those back now. And it is knocked over, which is always good to see. Be surprised at the amount of them we see that are not locked over. certainly, however, seen better days. Looks like it's been used a fair few times, that one. First things first, undo the big nut in the middle. That wasn't very tight. There you will see what's left of the lock tab. You see that's been used a fair few times. That's junk. This is the bit that seems to catch some people out. You have to remove the keyway washer before you go attempting pulling the flywheel off. The amount of times I've seen on forums and whatnot, people can't get their flywheel off and that's actually left in place. You will not get it off with that in place. Okay, next thing to do is to make sure that the keyway is horizontal, not vertical. Just helps that if the primary gear is badly worn, C-clip, backing ring, that sort of assembly, it helps to keep those in place rather than running the risk of them dropping out. So always have that horizontal. Next we need flywheel locking tool. This one is available from Mini Spares to lock our flywheel in position, which fits using the starter motor bolts, then locates in the ring gear itself. Just nip that up. You then need your flywheel puller of choice. We use over here in the engine shop this lovely bit of kit supplied by KAD. Hasn't failed us yet. We do also have over in the main workshop a Guessworks version of the same, which again, very, very good bit of kit. I would highly recommend, if you're going to do any sort of amount of this work, that you invest in a decent puller. So line up our puller. Wind that in. And the early flywheel assemblies should have, which this one has, UNF threads in for pulling this off. The later Verto version is metric. So just like to wind those in, make sure they're all firmly seated. Put a good few turns on those. Then you have this little boss assembly that sits in the end of the crank, which that boss sits into. Make sure you're not damaging the threads on the crankshaft or the end of the crankshaft nose, etc. So wind your puller in so that those two bits locate. Just like so. And then what you need to do is wind that in slightly so that it's all snug and all seated. And then you need to make sure that this puller is square. So just by eye, just make sure that everything looks to be square, and you can just adjust that using your Allen bolts. And that's all pretty good. And then we need to turn this center nut and pull that flywheel off. And there we go. Simple as that. Just wind that back off out of the way. Take our little boss out. Pull that off. And there we go. One flywheel assembly removed. Oh, there we go. We're going to carry on with this engine strip now in its entirety. But as I say, just wanted to add that little piece in to this full-length video. Okay, I'm going to just butt in there and we'll leave that video where it is for the time being. I've come to editing that video, and as I suspected, it's a tad too long. So we'll leave things there for the time being. Please look out for the next episode of the video, which will be coming very shortly. And we hope to see you very soon on the channel. In the meantime, please give us a like, a subscribe, a share. And as always, if there's anything else you think you'd like to see in a video, drop us a line and let us know. Thanks very much.